All right, so then the next step, let's say your student has decided on a college and you've worked it out and you think, okay, I think this is going to be affordable. You're going to receive that bill in the summer and you've determined you're going to have to pay, in this example, about $20,000 a year. How are you going to come up with that $20,000? So everyone will do that differently. Each person who views this video will do that differently. But here's how one family might do it. They might look at any past income. They might say, oh, the student had a summer job the last few years, has some savings. We're going to ask the student to put some skin in the game, as they say, $1,000. And then let's say you as a family have a 529 plan for this student, and you're going to use some of it. So you're going to use $4,000 toward that. And also, let's say that you have some a little leeway in your monthly budget as a family. Let's say you've just paid off an automobile. You have $500 extra a month. You're going to join the monthly payment plan at this college. All colleges have monthly payment plan options, and they're not loans. They sometimes charge a small fee, and then you can pay a portion of the bill on a monthly basis, break up the costs to make it a little bit easier. And so this family is deciding we're going to pay $500 for 10 months. And this family is also deciding, and we're going to borrow the rest we're going to find the best alternative private loan. This is above those student loans. And we're going to find that loan and decide and pay 10,000 a year on a loan. So all I'll say about that is there are many options, and you will want to make sure you kind of shop around and you find the loan with the best interest rate and best terms for you as a family. There is a Federal Plus loan, MEFA has loans, other banks have loans, and you really want to spend some time making sure because it can make a big difference in the type of loan you take there. And this is a great time for some family conversations on affordability. So, what is each school's net price? And who's paying for college costs? So, you might have to sit with your student and make a decision on, yes, we'll take this loan and we'll pay for this much, and we will hope when you graduate, you will help us pay it. All kinds of conversations happen at this time. Another thing that's important to know, especially here in Massachusetts, is that community college in Massachusetts is now free. It's been free for a couple of years, and that is really wonderful. So it's probably a good idea for all students to at least look into community college programs to see if that is an option for you. And then, as a family, you need to consider the number of children in the family who will be going to college. And you have to think about a 4-year financing plan. Yes, it's great to, cobble together that first year, as I showed you on the last slide, but that's going to happen not just for 1 year, but for 4, and making sure that's going to be affordable. And so I think parents need to think about their larger family responsibilities, and students really need to think about, do they have some sense of what they might do career-wise? Maybe not, and that's fine. But if you do, that may weigh into how much debt you want to take on. And then there's a note here. I mentioned that there are many types of options of loans over and above those federal direct student loans. One thing to note is this is new, but there will be federal plus loan caps as of July 1st, 2026. And those will be capped at $20,000 a year, $65,000 in total. So that's just important to know for families, because if you do need to, for example, borrow 20,000 per year, 20, 40, 60, you're going to run out of eligibility to borrow. So you should just know there are other loan programs that will not have that cap and may allow you to borrow more each year. And that might be another reason to look into those loan programs. MEFA has a loan program, and I mentioned others. You may have a banking relationship that would allow you to, again, plan out for the 4 years and make sure that you have enough money to support your student for the 4 years. Again, some details about financial aid in Massachusetts. I mentioned that community college is free for everyone. And that means tuition and fee free and a potential book allowance for some students. You do need to complete the FAFSA. So I like to say that still needs to be completed. But then no matter what the results of the FAFSA are, community college is free for all students in Massachusetts. And additionally, the state has increased its allotment of financial aid over the last year or so. And through this program, Mass Grant Plus Expansion, students whose families earn even middle income, in the $75,000 to $80,000 range, could still potentially have free or reduced tuition and fees at four-year colleges and universities as well. So again, there is more aid um, in the state this year, so it's a good time to be applying for financial aid in Massachusetts, and a good time to be attending a public college or university as well. A couple of other bullets on this slide. There is a tuition equity law in Massachusetts currently, and so you should look into that because some undocumented students who aren't eligible for federal aid can receive mass state aid. So look into that. Mass Transfer is the website that shows students how they can start at a community college, transfer to a four-year college, making college, the whole college experience, more affordable. And lastly, Tuition Break is a program where students can attend college out of state in neighboring states to Massachusetts. And if they attend certain programs, can pay in-state Massachusetts costs, which are less expensive.